Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that this video is motivational for you and helps you get motivated to either tackle your to-do list or do some cleaning yourself. We are going to get a lot done today. We have some glass sliding doors that really need cleaned. Our spare bedroom hasn't been worked on a lot since we moved in, so we're going to work on unpacking some of the stuff in there. We probably won't get totally done today, but we'll give it a shot and see how much we can get done. And a lot of that is going into our office. So we're gonna work on cleaning and organizing the office and what's in there, do some kitchen cleaning and pulling the thistles that have taken over our front yard. So I hope that it's motivational and helps you to get a lot done as well. Here we go. All right, so as usual, we are starting off with laundry so that can run as I'm working on everything else. These glass sliding doors get really dirty, especially on the outside. So I definitely need to get better about cleaning them more frequently because they look really good when they're clean and they look really bad when they're not.
This violet sky, I've seen it before. It turns truth into lies. But I won't back down. I must stay on this road. I gotta know what I'm about. Girls out that turns back down. We're all looking for the moment when getting used to not knowing when all the pieces fall in line. Girls out that turns back down.
And it was a very windy day out. So I brought an entire caddy outside so that my spray bottles and my paper towels didn't go flying away in the wind, because I didn't think that our neighbors would appreciate that. So I'm not totally sure why, but this section of the door did not get clean the first time that I wiped it down. So in a second you'll see me go back through and re-wipe the top portion. I really don't know why it didn't get clean, but it still had all sorts of streaks and gross stuff all over it. All right, and now we are moving on to the office. So you're gonna see my husband helping quite a bit in here. A lot of the books that need to come in here and a lot of the stuff that needed organized was a lot of his things. So he's gonna be helping quite a bit, and I am really happy with how the office ended up turning out. All of the camera equipment and most of our books are put away now, and it feels so much better. My husband does a lot of freelance videography, so we tend to have lots of camera equipment that just ends up all over the office pretty frequently. So it ended up looking really nice to have most of that put away and taken care of. So you'll see me here wiping down these shelves that we're about to put some books on. They were really dusty, hadn't been wiped down really since we moved, I don't think. That they may have not even gotten wiped down when we moved in. So for anybody who's new to my channel, we just purchased this house 3 months ago. So we are still in the process of unpacking and working on a bunch of our projects. So it has been quite the process, and we have lots more projects to do. So if you're interested at all in seeing any of those projects, feel free to subscribe and hang out, and you'll see those coming up soon. We were discussing there where to hang up the diplomas that we have. So we're thinking about hanging them up over the closet, but we also discussed hanging them up on the right side of the closet, close to the doorway. So let me know down in the comments whether you think we should put it up on the top of the closet or along the side. We have gone back and forth a little bit, so we'll see what happens. We don't end up hanging them up in this video. That's a project for later on. So here we're just unpacking the boxes of books that we had. These all used to be in the spare bedroom, and they just had not gotten unpacked since we moved in. So we are working on unpacking all of those, trying to sort them and have them put away in a way that makes sense so that we can find everything. Because as you can tell, we have a lot of books. So all of these boxes are going to get put up into our attic. We have some family members that are getting ready to move within the next couple of months, and so we will probably be letting them borrow or have a bunch of these boxes, but we didn't want to just get rid of them, so we're holding on to them so that other people can use them, or we can use them in the future as we need them. So the closet in the office still needs to be done. We, at some point, are going to build some shelving in there so that we can keep everything organized, specifically all of the camera equipment and film things. So that is a later project that will be coming up. We also want to build built-in bookshelves similar to what you see on the right side of the screen here. We want to build some of those on the left side so that it matches, and then in the corner by the closet where my husband is standing, we're planning on putting a chair of some kind, like a recliner or something, over in that corner, so that we'll have somewhere to sit. That'll be really nice. So here my husband is just organizing. These are all of the things that need to get brought up into the attic. So those will be brought up there at some point. It didn't get done in this video. It actually still isn't done, but it is on our to-do list. So we have this bookshelf in our living room, and we wanted to just have some of the books out here so that people could see them as they came into the house. So that's what I was doing there, and now we're just vacuuming this front rug. This rug gets so dirty, but I honestly don't care because it just makes me really happy that it gets caught on this rug and I don't have to do the entire floors really often. So we purchased that rug, even though it's not the prettiest rug. I really wanted to get a rug that was going to catch a lot of the dirt and different things because we were having a lot of issues with tracking stuff in all over the floors, and I was vacuuming the floors like every day or two because it was just so bad. And so even though the rug isn't the prettiest, it does a really awesome job, and so I'm happy. And now that we've gotten the office all set up, I'm just coming in and vacuuming the floor in here. I don't think that we have vacuumed this floor for a couple of weeks because it's just been such a mess in here. So it felt really good to get it clean and take the chairs out and everything so that I could really get to all of the carpet. And we're gonna throw the laundry over into the dryer. And now I'm going to work on cleaning up the stainless steel on this dishwasher. I have a stainless steel cleaner. I'm not sure where I got it from, but it works really, really well at making the stainless steel look really shiny and really, really nice. Cleans up all of those like watermarks and different things. So I really, really like it. I've had a couple different stainless steel cleaners and they all seem to work really, really well. So highly recommend if you have stainless steel appliances that you look into getting a stainless steel cleaner because it is so nice and it works really, really well. And now we are going to tackle the pile of dishes. We had so many dishes to do. It actually took a little bit of creativity to get everything into the dishwasher because I wanted to hand wash as little as possible. So I ended up hand washing a couple of pans, but I was really trying to get everything else into the dishwasher because I really do not enjoy hand washing dishes. There's a couple of weird hand motions in here. My husband was standing on the other side of this ledge and talking to me while I was doing the dishes, so there's a little bit of weird hand motions because I was talking to him, and I tend to talk with my hands quite a bit.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer, but when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border, but when we're floating up like helium.
This big pan is probably my favorite to wash. I'm not exactly sure why, but it seems like it just suds up so well, and it is just really satisfying to me. Even though I don't like hand washing dishes, this is the only one that I actually like hand washing, which is good because it's too big to fit in our dishwasher. It is permanently stained. I made a recipe that was like mini meatloaf on it as soon as I got it, and it is very stained from it. So now we are moving to outside. My husband wanted to look at this light above our entryway. For some reason it just quit working, so we decided that it was just because it wasn't in there tight enough, and so it must have just came undone just enough for the light to stop. And these are the thistles that have taken over our front yard. So we are working on getting all of these pulled out. I started on it earlier in the day, and I was not strong enough to pull most of them out. The gloves did not fit me super well, and so my husband said that he would just do it. So in a little bit you'll see me come out and keep him company, but he does all of the work basically. We have been having issues with thistles since we moved into this house. When we moved in, the previous owners had let the thistles get really, really bad in the front yard like this. And so my husband and one of our friends who was helping us move went out and cleared all of the thistles out like you see him doing right now, and made sure to try and pull them up by the weeds or by the roots and everything. And we were hoping that they wouldn't come back, but unfortunately they did come back, and we have just been struggling with them. So I sprayed quite a few of them with some weed killer, and that helped a little bit, but they still were pretty thick. So I'm hoping that they don't come back, especially now that we're getting close to winter and it's getting colder outside. So hopefully the cold air kills them. Our plan is to do quite a bit of landscaping out here at the beginning of next year, so be watching for that at the beginning of next year, in the spring probably. We didn't want to try and attempt any landscaping because we moved into this house in August of 2020, and so it was late enough in the year that we just didn't want to mess with any landscaping. So our plan is to do quite a bit of landscaping and get this all looking pretty nice at the beginning of next year. I've lost track now with how many times he's had to push down the pile of thistles within that garbage can, but it was incredibly heavy and very, very full by the time that he was totally done, because there were just so many thistles. And now I came out to come and keep him company and see if I could help with anything. I really couldn't. In a minute, you'll see me go and get his toolbox for him, but that's about the extent of the work that I did on the outside here. So in a minute here, you're going to see the biggest thistle that I have ever seen. This thistle was just massive. So it's the one that he's working on right now, and he just could not get this out. He dug super deep and ended up, I went and got his toolbox for him because it was so hard to get out. So we have a clip in a minute of what this thistle actually looked like. It was just massive. So here he's just clearing all of the other thistles while he waited for me to come back with this toolbox. And we literally were using tools to try and get this thing out because it was just so bad. Look at the root on that thing. It is massive. We'll have a better shot of it in a minute here once he gets the rest of these thistles. Alright, so now he has me walking around and just looking to see if I can spot any more that he missed. We did actually find a couple the next morning once the lighting was a little bit better that we had missed, and so we pulled those up later. There were a couple of just little ones that were hard to see. So this is the pile that he pulled out, and this is the root on that big one. It is just massive. And the yard looks so much better now. And there's me. So now we are working on installing numbers on the front of our house. When I painted and redid this front entryway, we had to take down the numbers that were on there, and they needed an update anyway. So we are just working on putting those numbers on. We just were trying really hard to make sure that they were straight, and it took quite a bit of effort actually to make sure that we got it straight and that we didn't have crooked numbers on the front of our house. We actually ended up redoing this floor because we didn't have it quite straight, and you'll see that in a minute once we get all of the numbers on there. And we got it. So the last project of the night was just finishing the laundry that we had done, and then we're done. Does anyone else feel like laundry is just a never-ending task? I swear, it's like even when I'm putting a load of laundry away, there's more laundry that needs to be done. I'm sure it'll definitely get worse once we have kids, but I can't even imagine how the people who have tons of kids do it. This is a really cool trick that I learned from somebody that I watched their YouTube channel, where you stack up all of the clothes like this and then you hang them all up while they're in a stack on the bed, and it saves so much time. Highly recommend trying it out. Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching along with me. We got a lot done today, did a lot of work in the office and the spare bedroom, cleaned our glass sliding doors, cleaned the floors a little bit, worked on the weeds outside that really needed taken care of, and cleaned the kitchen. So it feels really good to have gotten a lot done on my to-do list, but don't worry, I have plenty more projects to do in future videos. So if you'd like to stick around and see some of those videos, feel free to subscribe below. I have new cleaning videos that come out every Monday. So if you want to come along for the ride, subscribe down below. And thanks so much for watching.